In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to meal prep 9 low-calorie cheeseburgers that you can store in the freezer for those times when that burger craving hits. First up, the protein source. Here I have 1.1 kilograms of ground beef that goes into a bowl. This is where you can already save a lot of calories by simply replacing regular ground beef, which you see on the right side, with extra lean ground beef, which is on the left. Extra lean has only 5% fat, that's why it has this deep red color, and you can cut the calories in half with this step alone. To prepare the patties, place the bowl with the meat on a scale, press the 0 button, and now take off 60 grams of meat and roll it into a ball. There is no need to flatten them yet, I will show you why in just a second. Every burger will get 2 patties, so with 1.1 kilograms of meat, you can form 18 patties in total, which makes 9 cheeseburgers. Once you've rolled all the meatballs, take a piece of parchment paper and cut off 3 to 4 squares about the size of a big hand. This will help us form the patties in the pan. Don't skip this, it's a very useful trick. Next up, the burger buns. In my opinion, there are basically 2 choices here. This one is a brioche bun, high in calories with 200 per bun, but it tastes the best in my opinion. Alternatively, you can use regular hamburger buns. They are a bit less shiny, as you can see, made with less fat and have only 140 calories. That saves you 60 calories per burger, which you could use for an extra slice of cheese, for example. So look out for buns in the 140 to 200 calorie range. However, for this video, I'm going with brioche buns. Next are the toppings. I tried freezing the traditional combo of lettuce, tomatoes and onions, but honestly they don't freeze well and are even worse when reheated, so I'm only using onions, which I also will caramelize. If you want lettuce or tomatoes, however, I recommend adding them fresh after you defrosted the burger. For 9 burgers, I will need about 300 to 350 grams of onions sliced, and don't worry if it looks like too much. Once they're caramelized, they shrink down a lot in the pan. Finally, let's make a lower-calorie Thousand Island style burger sauce. The base here is light mayonnaise. Sometimes it's called salad light cream or something similar. It has 270 calories per 100 grams, which is only a third of regular mayo, since regular mayo is basically pure fat at 700 calories per 100 grams. So into a bowl add 60 grams of light mayo, followed up by the same amount of ketchup. Try to use the no sugar added ketchup, which has less than half the calories of regular ketchup. The regular one has 22 grams of sugar per 100 grams, while the no sugar added version only has about 4 grams. Next, add 30 grams of mustard, a couple of dashes of garlic powder, and finally a pinch of salt, then mix with a spoon until it turns creamy and orange. I like to store a sauce like this in squeeze bottles. You can get them on Amazon for $3 or euros. They are super convenient for adding sauces to burgers, and you can keep it in the fridge for at least 2 weeks. Okay, let's start to cook the burger patties. Take the biggest pan that you have, and then on your left place the plate with the meatballs. On your right have some salt ready, then a couple of empty plates for the cooked patties, and you will also need a spatula and something heavy like an oil bottle and the parchment paper you prepared earlier. Heat up the pan to medium high, add 4 grams of oil, then grab a meatball with the parchment paper and place it into the pan. Now gently press it flat by pushing the spatula down with your oil bottle. Don't go too crazy here. We don't want completely flat smash burgers, we still want a little bit of thickness. Then you can simply peel off the parchment paper and you won't have any trouble with the meat sticking to your spatula. It's the perfect solution. Add another patty or 2 depending on how many fit in your pan, sprinkle a pinch of salt on top and let them sear for 1 minute before flipping them. The browning won't be as intense with a non-stick pan, but it will still be decent when giving you a good flavor. So all you do now is repeat the process until you've made all 18 patties, oil them, flatten, salt, flip and remove. Next, the caramelized onions. Add 16 grams of oil to a pan on medium heat and then add the onions with a strong pinch of salt. Caramelizing onions takes medium heat and time. How much time depends on how deeply caramelized you want them. Just stir every once in a while, and if you see parts starting to burn, add a small splash of water to cool it down. Stir and keep cooking. You can keep this process going for up to an hour if you want. Personally, 15 minutes is more than enough for a nice caramelization that adds a lot of flavor to the burger. Once you are happy with the caramelization, remove the onions and set them aside on a plate. Next is toasting the buns. This is super simple, just add 4 grams of oil to the pan on medium-high heat, place in 2 buns at a time and move them around to toast them evenly. After about 1 minute, they should have a nice golden color. Remove them and add a slice of American cheese to each bun. Each slice has about 60 calories. If you want to save calories here, you could just use 1 slice per burger, but honestly, I would caution against it. You won't really taste any cheese with only 1 slice, so recommend sticking to 2. So repeat until you've prepared all 9 buns. Just add oil, toast, remove and add the cheese. Okay, time to build the burgers. Prepare a big sheet of parchment paper, place the bottom bun first, add 1 patty, then some caramelized onions, then the second patty and close it with the top bun. Wrap the burger in parchment paper first, then in aluminum foil. The parchment paper prevents sticking to the foil, which sometimes happens in the freezer, and then repeat this with all 9 burgers and you can store them in the freezer for up to 3 months. To defrost the burger, either place a burger in the fridge overnight and then microwave without the foil place at full power for 1 minute, or if you want it straight from the freezer, microwave at 50% power for 4 to 5 minutes, but please flip the burgers every 90 seconds or so. If you don't flip it, the bottom bun will dry out and get hard because it has contact with the hot plate all the time. Alright, as you can see, the cheese melts nicely and this is the perfect time to add a little bit of sauce. Don't add the sauce before freezing, it won't taste good and it will break apart. And as you can see, the burger is still juicy even though it went straight from freezer to microwave and it's made with extra lean beef. So this is definitely something you should try out. Each burger with a brioche bun comes in at 546 calories with 36 grams of protein, or about 480 calories if you go with a low-calorie bun. I made a cookbook that's helped over 10,000 people lose weight. It has over 250 recipes and I'm constantly updating it with new ones, which you get for free once you've purchased it.